Nothing but that.
Nothing but that.
Episode 4.
We are here.
Yeah, yeah.
we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of the Nothing But Net podcast. Today's episode is gonna be a fun-filled episode, a good one. It's gonna get some people talking. We had some stuff planned out. We've been in our labs, technically just studying hoops, just trying to give you guys more content. So, yeah, first, how y'all doing, bro? How y'all
I'm
doing?
fine, man. I just got off work.
Hey, but I just got back, so
Hey,
It's time.
chilling.
oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
First things first, like Jeremy said, we got our condolences to DMX. RIP to DMX, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Very good rapper.
Huge fan of DMX.
Yeah. Yeah, I found out when I was at work. I was like, yeah, I was so sad. But I knew that his death was coming anyways, because like he had like no brain activity or nothing like that. Like he was just like
We had
yeah,
this
he was
fan
just,
of
yeah.
tweets. We had
Yeah.
everything.
Good.
So,
I'm gonna say, don't be sad, guys. Just enjoy. Celebrate his life.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Listen to his music.
I was playing his music all day yesterday. I was playing damn.
And the
hey,
crazy,
I was playing.
the crazy thing is, like before the news about him going to the hospital, I was actually listening to his songs like the morning of,
Hey,
and that's crazy.
Right.
it's crazy, bro. Well, yeah, we got a jam-packed episode full of basketball for you guys. Which I want to start off with, the current news or the other stuff?
Let's start off with the current news first. Yeah.
All
Let's,
right,
let's get that out the way.
start off with current news for you guys. First, we want to start off by talking about the Phoenix Suns and the Utah Jazz. That was a great game. They went into overtime. And for me, what I wanted to talk to you guys was, for us, basically, we know what Chris Paul does, right? Chris Paul is Chris Paul. He's the guy, okay?
Hey.
Point God. But for a casual NBA fan, that man, Chris Paul right there, cemented himself as the point God, all right?
He's been the point guard ever since
He
he
is
got
the
the
point
league.
guard, but
Facts.
the casual NBA fan, it's different.
Right.
Well, Chris Paul, man, he's just amazing. Devin Booker had a very good game.
That whole team is well rounded. Like man, you got Jay Crowder playing well, Michael Bridges, DeAndre Ayton averaging like 13 to 15. Like
Bridges sat out that overtime because he was kind of off that night.
right, he was kind of but they still had other pieces too.
Exactly.
Chris Paul did his thing, 29 points. Booker had 40, I think. No, they had like 39, 40 points. I mean, like this.
The
this
one
season,
thing that got me very mad was DeAndre Ayton had a big mismatch. This man had Donovan Mitchell on him in the paint at one point, and they still didn't give him the ball.
yeah.
Which,
I mean, like,
you're big. You
I
could
mean,
use them.
I mean, like, it's kind of his fault because like he has to like demand Chris Paul to like, hey, man, give me the ball. I got him on me. Like Shaq said, barbecue chicken. Like he's 7'2". Like what's Mitchell gonna do at 6'1" guarding a 7'2" guy that's like, that can like that's very skilled but doesn't use it all the way to his advantage. So
That's the problem. You have all this skill. You're that tall, but yet you're not getting anywhere, right? He had to try and score on Rudy Gobert, right? And we've seen what Rudy can do on the defensive end. So it's not gonna work out, right? When you have a size mismatch, that's your easiest opportunity to score, get to the basket, whatever. But they just don't see him. They'll take a 3-pointer or they'll give it to Booker, but
yeah.
Then
talk about the Utah Jazz also. Like they've been losing some games lately, but I mean, like it's coming towards the stretch of the season. Like like as as the season wind down, like that's when guys start to get tired and everything. So, but I mean, like, but Utah is amazing too. You got Mike Conley averaging 16, you got Mitchell averaging a career high 25, you got Gobert doing his thing on the defense.
Jordan
like
Clarkson.
I was kind of wrong about Gobert a little bit though, because
we're both like, wrong.
His perimeter defense is it's legit. I saw a post on House of Highlights when he was guarding Luka Doncic out of the 3-point line. Luka blew by him, right? I thought it was over. Once Luka blew by him, I thought it was over. But Gobert smacked it out there. I'm like, I'm like, I thought this dude can play no perimeter defense, but bro,
that ties into what we were saying, where Rudy was one dimensional, right? Where he's
right,
gonna do stuff on the defensive end, but he's not gonna help
right,
on the offense, right?
right. He
They
helps out
good
sometimes too.
offense.
Like, he'll give you
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
15.
yeah, yeah.
they
He can give you
good
50
offense.
points.
Right.
Yeah, and what I've noticed is that pick and roll with him and Don, that pick and roll is amazing. I absolutely love what I've been seeing from them, right? Just
Right.
wow. And one of
And
my favorite players on that team, he's a dark horse, bro. Royce O'Neal. I love watching Royce O'Neal on the defensive end. Dog, right? 3-and-D. He'll hit that back on the defense. Play
you
hard.
know
Right?
what's crazy about that Utah Jazz team is that I think they lead the league in 3-point attempts around like 20, like 22, 23, something like that. But they're hitting them at a very high clip. So like they're gonna get their shots up. Joe Ingles, Bogdanovich, Carson's gonna get his shots up. Of course, Mitchell and Conley gonna get their 3-point shots up. But I'm like, but this team is I wouldn't are they a championship threat? I mean like the West is wide open,
Listen,
honestly.
listen, the way I see it, for them to be a championship threat, what I saw in that Suns game, I want a full playoff series with those two teams,
right,
because
right,
it was
Yeah, man.
good of basketball. The basketball in that was so amazing, played very well. It wasn't like those boring ass back and forth games or somebody gets blown out by 30. This actually had you invested, right? They had small leads. Sometimes they'd have a big lead, but hey, it wasn't that bad. It was a good game. Love
right.
what I saw in the overtime. Just very amazing. Devin Booker,
Then I
wow,
also
impressed me.
then I also sent you guys a post about it was about Mitchell with the casuals saying like well he shoots too much. Why would I have somebody that's gonna like shoot shots that are gonna like make me win games? Like
Isn't that your star player though?
yeah,
Wouldn't you
star
want your star
player.
player to be shooting that many shots? Why did you
Right,
give him a max contract for that reason?
Exactly.
right,
Exactly. That's coming from a bunch of people who do not know anything about the game. They just look at stats and box scores.
right.
The stat boys.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
I don't like this.
I
I don't
hate
like
that,
this
bro.
stuff, boys, man.
The box scores. You gotta actually watch the game and see, because let's just say Mikal Bridges scores 5 points. He's not that bad of a player. The stuff he's doing on the defensive end does not show up in the box score. His impact on the floor doesn't show up in the box score. So if you have a guy who's leading the defense and who's getting in lanes, who's swatting the ball away, who's just doing crazy things or playing tight on and off the ball,
Mhm.
that's what a perfect team needs. But then you got those people who just look at stats and are 5 points, he did nothing, right? Look at Matisse Thybulle. Matisse Thybulle could be averaging single digits, and people be like, nah, Matisse Thybulle is garbage. But his defense is legit. His defense is the reason why Philly is the first seed.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, cause they just look at I'm pretty sure I don't think that players go in the game and worry about their field goal percentage.
No, I don't think no.
They don't.
No.
No.
I don't know. I think they don't.
But
They like they
back
put
with Utah though, Don Mitchell, in my opinion, he can take as many shots as he wants because he's their guy, right? Just like when James Harden was in Houston, I even said if James Harden doesn't score 50, he's gonna take 50 shots because he's James Harden and he's that good, right? So if Don Mitchell doesn't score 20 or 30, he might not take 20 or 30 shots, but he's gonna take a decent amount. He's gonna be passing the ball around. He's gonna be giving everybody what they deserve, right? He can have an off night, but you're gonna give it to Rudy because Rudy might have a good night too. And if they both don't have a good night, you still got the rest of your starting five around you.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So talk about this Bulls game versus the Hawks last night.
I
I wasn't watching it,
shirt, bro.
I wasn't watching it, but I went on House of Highlights, right? I saw that Zach had 39. I'm like 39. I'm like, which quarter is it? And I saw the second quarter. I'm like, yeah, he really had 39 and we only got like 6 minutes in the second quarter. I'm like, huh?
All right, so
I'm like, bro,
as a Bulls fan, I'll watch that game from start to finish.
I saw that post that you posted about like saying like Zach, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I apologize from Zach for those fans who don't know. Me and Zach LaVine had our differences in the past, But we're behind that. Okay, me and Zach are cool now. We're boys.
Whatever.
We dap each other up when we see them, when we see each other. But
no, he's still gonna talk stuff every time we have a bad game. Like, look, Zach ain't
Right.
Zach, like
nah.
Zach don't know.
Zach,
Zach can't pass the ball.
Hey,
you know?
Zach had what, a 14, 15-point game a few weeks ago, but hey, it's all good. But for me, the one thing is I watched that game from start to finish, and I realized, bro, Lauri Markkanen cannot play basketball whatsoever. All right, Lauri Markkanen is not a good NBA player, right? I liked him when we drafted him. I love what Chicago did taking him, right? But he's not that same rookie year, Lauri Markkanen.
Because of the injuries and just
exactly.
And just like the inconsistency next to Vucevic.
The one thing that gets me upset, and now I messed up in my NBA ramble saying that somebody's gonna give him a max contract which you're not. They're gonna give him a big overpay. They're gonna overpay Lauri Markkanen, and it's gonna ruin their franchise.
Because there's not that many stretch bigs
right come off the bench, and he's not gonna provide for you off the bench. He's not going to provide for you as a starter. So what is there? He can't play defense. He's not boxing out. What I saw last night, I saw Danilo Gallinari score on this man like it was nothing from three. Markkanen, by the time he got there, Gallo's shot was already off. All right. Like Markkanen, he didn't even put an arm up sometimes. Sometimes he just stand there. What's the point then? You got to play some good defense. And that's why I appreciate those Bulls on a team right now who have been doing stuff on the defensive end. Guys like Daniel Tice, guys like Troy Brown Jr., just very good players overall. And so that I don't know how to explain it. Lauri Markkanen is not doing well. His shots weren't falling. Kobe White's shots weren't falling. Zadaransky's shots weren't falling. And then coming into the second half, Atlanta had this game plan. We got to stop Zach LaVine. So let's double team, let's triple team him. Zach's looking for his guys, right? Vucevic had a somewhat decent game, but that wasn't it. They were both off. So Zach couldn't find Vucevic. Capella was just dominating Vucevic. You pass it to Markkanen, he's just going to take the shot.
Right.
And
yeah,
that's the problem. The Bulls don't need that right now. They're trying to make the play-in tournament. They're trying to do amazing things, but they just can't.
Right.
And I don't know what the problem is, but
I don't think y'all not gonna make the playoffs. Like y'all can just kiss that goodbye.
Hey, we'll get there. Don't worry. If we make the right decisions, all right. My team at least is in the play, and I don't know about some other teams. Mm-hmm. We'll see tomorrow how those two teams play each other. Yeah, Dree, I'm talking about your Timberwolves. Speaking of them, let's transition into Jason Tatum. So, we our fellow Timberwolves fan on the podcast. How did you feel last night?
To be honest, man, I was actually happy. I was actually happy that Jason Tatum dropped 53 on us. You know why?
You sound hurt.
We suck. Okay, we suck right now. All right.
Because the way his tone just changed so fast, man.
We suck. We suck right now. Okay, we are the worst team in the league right now. We might as well just go ahead and just set out Karl-Anthony Towns and D-Lo and just let Anthony Edwards do his thing, and just wait for next season because we for sure not making the playoffs.
So the franchise.
We might. Hey, you know what? They talking about moving to Seattle. Hey, I guess I'll be a Seattle Supersonics fan, I guess.
Obviously big performance from JT. We've seen what the Celtics have been doing.
You know what's worse than having Tatum score 53? Jaylen Brown scoring 50 one day on the same team. Or Kemba going off for 50. Anybody can go for 50.
Jaylen Brown and the Celtics, like Jason Tatum, obviously such an amazing player. We've seen what he could do. But people last season were just like, oh, Jaylen Brown's coming in this year. He's gonna be doing great things, right? And he's doing exactly that. And they're saying, oh, he's a good rising star. But he'll have one good 30-point game, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's it. It's just one good game, and they won't talk about him until he drops like 40, right? No, this man has been scoring 20 plus, basically, and they're not mentioning him that much. But Jaylen Brown being one of my favorite rising stars, of course, I'm watching a bunch of Celtics games. I love the Celtics right now. I love what they're doing. But Jason Tatum doing that, Jaylen Brown doing his thing, Kemba Walker faded
He's
away,
stepping up.
right? He's not stepping up, bro.
He's
It's
stepping
not
up a little
Charlotte
bit.
Kemba. It's not
Yeah.
Carly Kemba.
He's stepping up a little bit.
He's stepping up a little bit though.
A little bit.
Not how he was with the Hornets, but you know, he's at least he's accepted his role. He's not like, you know, having an ego.
About to say, bro. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Shout out Kemba Region. Shout out my boy Kemba Region. You know who you are, bro. You know who you are.
Yeah.
I forgot about him, man.
You know who he is, bro.
Yeah, we haven't been in that group. Like
that group chat is dead, bro.
Yeah, we might well just leave that group, but
but yeah, with the Celtics doing what they're doing right now, they're the AC. So how do you get back up? All right, because Charlotte might dip. Atlanta, we saw last night the Hawks stopped Zach LaVine.
Right.
So
I mean,
what's gonna happen?
Do
they enter the play-in?
They are going to be in the play-in, though. Honestly,
do they verse the Knicks in the play-in?
They gonna beat the Knicks. They can beat the Knicks in the play-in.
Wow.
Sure, because the
you
Knicks
must not know who D Rose is.
Now the Knicks is good, but you know, when you playing for something like, I'm pretty sure the Nets will, like, not the Nets, but the Celtics will click in and lock in and be, you know, play well.
Right.
I mean, the Celtics are gonna do their thing, right? They're great at playing basketball, right?
Yeah, I'm afraid that the Knicks are not going to make the playoffs. Like, I just had that bad feeling, like karma's going to hit them again. But listen, I mean, like,
Julius Randle is point forward, bro. That's what I love. This man, Julius Randle.
They overachieved, though. Honestly, though, like, even if the Knicks don't make the playoffs, though, they overachieved like crazy. Though. So, I mean, like,
that's gonna be
and it'd be crazy, and it's crazy because they get more buzz around New York than the Nets.
Hey,
honestly,
it happens, all right, because the Nets get James Harden, boom, they're talking about that for what, a week. People are still talking about the Knicks and how good they are and how entertaining Knicks basketball is, right? I wasn't watching Knicks basketball last season because I was like, okay, it's the Knicks, right? I tuned into some games, not all, but the handful of games I tuned into last year, they were fun, they were fast paced, but they were just losing. And that's where I would check out, right?
Man, bring back Carmelo Anthony, man. 10-day contract to the playoffs.
Then they got my boy D Rose. They got D Rose.
Just bring back Carmelo, man. 10-day contract, man. Put him in starting lineup. Give us about 25.
Where he's at now with Portland. I love the fit.
I love it, man. He should have been with Portland around 2017 instead of going to OKC. He would have.
Hey, we got some stuff to talk about in future episodes. Okay, like for real, I got just from these little conversations. I got a few little topics I'm writing down. So
Carmelo's definitely the guy.
Yeah, we'll talk about that like after the pod, but like we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So now the moment you have all been waiting for, where I am going to title this episode, "Our Opinions on the GOAT Debate." All right. So now what we are saying is we are splitting this down the middle. We're not going to give our full opinions on who's the GOAT, who we think personally is the GOAT, because everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got mixed emotions. We're going to touch on the stupidity of this.
And we're not going to be like biased. Like you got to be
no bias.
No bias. It's everything, right? Down the middle, flat, Jordan, Brown, whoever else, just we're gonna talk about what we know and what we have seen. So don't get on our ass. We're sorry. The debate is healthy in the comments, but otherwise debate's not healthy.
Yeah, anyway. Yeah, we don't want no Bron sexuals, Jordan sexuals going in the comments.
Yeah, none of that. None of that.
But,
start off, Alex.
You want me to start off? So right now for me, I want to touch on a few things. Some people just base this debate off of career points, rings, teammates, right? Obviously, Bron had the big three, Miami. He had Kyrie. Some people count out Kevin Love from that Cavs series, but Kevin Love was a dog, all right? I'm not going to swear, but Kevin Love was a dog.
Now I remember back in Game 7 versus the Warriors, he had to lock up Curry too on the last
Yep.
possession. Like that was
Y'all,
great
y'all
defense.
remember? Now I'm gonna bring
Yep.
Dree back some nostalgia. I'm gonna bring Dree back some happiness. Y'all remember Timberwolves, Kevin Love?
Hey,
Yeah, man.
hey, man, let me tell you something about the Minnesota Timberwolves, Kevin Love, man. 26 points and 13 rebounds a game, man.
Mhm.
Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
that
just that he didn't have no help around him, man.
yo, man, y'all had
If he would have had Carly Towns around him, I'm pretty sure we would have been good. You know,
man,
That didn't
maybe
happen
AC.
though. That
Yeah,
didn't
but he was still in college. You know, if he came
I got
earlier,
Andrew Wiggins.
could have got. But anyway,
that minute. Yeah.
continue.
Anyways, with we obviously know, and we haven't seen it live what Jordan did, but we've seen what LeBron has done. We know what Jordan has done. I hate just when people base it solely off career points, or personally for me, I hate when people say LeBron came back from a 3-1 lead. Mike never did this. Mike had no competition. But notice how the NBA now is softer than it was back then, right? Back then, you had Dennis Rodman full on throwing punches at dudes for no damn reason.
I remember when he kicked the cameraman too in the nuts.
Yeah. You had Charles Oakley full on battling dudes when he played in Chicago. Like, come on, bro. It's
Charles Oakley. That is one dude y'all do not want to mess with back in the 90s because I can't sell it, bro.
Well, this debate for me, some people solely just talk about this debate and nothing else. And you gotta branch out from there. You gotta branch out from just talking about the GOAT debate, because if we're talking GOATs, oh, all right, fine. Jordan, Brown, let's go throw in Kobe. Let's bring in Bill Russell. Let's bring in Will Chamberlain, Magic, Shaq. Who else can we throw in that play? Let's go Hakeem Olajuwon, Larry Bird. Let's go throw those guys in there. So it's just where is it gonna end? How do we stop it? How does NBA Twitter stop? Because right now that debate is only popular because the media, and that's all like these talk shows talk about. And that's why personally for me, I don't watch First Take. I don't watch Skip and Shannon. I don't watch any of those because
you don't watch Skip and Shannon.
No, I can't, because
Bro,
everything
let me tell you something,
that's
man.
said about the debate is just stupid to me, because everything everybody says, obviously we're all gonna have our own opinions, but one side is going for Mike and they're telling you what Mike is good at. The other side is going for Bron, they're telling you what LeBron is good at. One side is bashing, one side isn't bashing. It's I don't know if they do it for views or whatever it is, but they try and brainwash the media because they have these platforms that they're on, and they try and portray themselves to us as LeBron James is doing this right now. Michael Jordan didn't do this.
Right. It's just yeah.
I want to hear what you guys got to say though.
Yeah, it's just crazy though. Like it just gets like tiresome. Like this debate has been going on ever since for like a good decade now. Like having more than a decade. Like it just gets boring. Like I mean, like why can't we just appreciate greatness the way it is now? Because like they're two totally different players. Like Jordan is 6'6", LeBron is 6'9". Jordan's like 230, LeBron's like 260. I'm like, why are you comparing two different guys that have like two different different play styles? Like,
but Jordan, if you think about how the media handles this debate, they kind of overcomplicate it. They overdo it just to get Twitter talking, just to get normal NBA fans talking, to even get the casuals talking, the stat geeks talking. All right, shout out all my stat geeks. Where y'all at out there? All right, come on, like for real. Just it. That's why the game of basketball is so simple, but the media has to overcomplicate it. Yeah. Shout out Pee Wee the Plug, but the stuff that just goes on that people say about Mike and Bron, I mean,
like they're two totally different players. Like Jordan is like the ultimate scoring machine, while LeBron is like the Magic Johnson, like / score type. You know what I'm saying?
Now with this debate going on, what do you guys think is gonna stop when Bron retires and they're gonna start a whole different debate?
No.
No.
That's going to feel it even more.
That's going to add more fuel to it.
It's gonna. And then when Bron, now let's just say, all right, some people know LeBron might pass Kareem in all-time scoring, all-time career points.
Right.
He's gonna be top 5 career points. He's gonna be top 5 in assists all time. He's gonna be top 5 rebounds all time. LeBron James is just that good.
How long does LeBron have to pass Kareem? I think I watched something like a while back saying he has averaged like 25 points for the next, like, I think 4 seasons or something like that. But I mean, like,
we don't know.
I don't know if he's going to pass it, but I like it'll be a great milestone though.
When people overdo it, like obviously last episode we only talked about a little bit when the Last Dance was going on, how people solely base it off Jordan versus LeBron. Now, people who wanted to just enjoy that and watch it, and
once the Last Dance dropped, it had LeBron winning all over it, man.
You saw Skip Bayless, bro, and that's why I stopped watching it, because Skip Bayless, good night, LeBron. Hey, LeBron this, LeBron that. Okay, we get it. Can't the man watch it in peace? Can't the man watch Michael Jordan in peace?
Especially on with Skip and Shannon. Every single day when the Last Dance dropped, it's all about LeBron and Michael. I'm like, look, the Last Dance is supposed to be solely on Michael who? Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and not LeBron Ramon James, okay? LeBron has nothing to do with the Last Dance. It's talking about Jordan and the Last Dance in 97, okay?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna try to put this the best way I can, okay? It might take a while, but I'm sick of this debate. Okay,
I am too.
Who's the greatest? Just appreciate greatness. If you think LeBron is the GOAT, fine. You think Michael Jordan's the GOAT, fine, cool. That's your opinion. This whole debate is all an opinion.
Right.
It's not a fact.
You can't prove an opinion.
The only facts that the people have, though, are the amount of championships people have, the amount of career points people have, and the teammates they play. That's it.
Exactly. But championships. First of all, championships are a team accomplishment. It's not an individual accomplishment.
Yeah.
So just because you go about somebody with more rings doesn't make them better. So does that make Robert Horry better than Charles Barkley because he has 7 rings?
Right.
No.
Right.
Does that make him better than Jordan?
No. All right then. So I hate when, like, if LeBron
championships don't mean a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. I remember when T-Mac said something about this too. Like, you can win a ring, but not like all players can be a Hall of Famer though. Anybody can win a championship, but you can't make the Hall of Fame all the time though. Exactly. I'm like, bro,
So like when exactly when LeBron won his 4th championship, people in the comments said, well, Jordan's 6-0. There's no debate. LeBron's now 4-6. Wow. I'm like, bro, just appreciate him winning the championship, because that's all you guys care about is him winning the
championship.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's just people watching this season of basketball. People don't realize that LeBron plays his heart out damn near every playoff series, right? And you had that year when the Lakers did not make it, right? And people were just like, oh, yeah, LeBron. Yeah, that's what LeBron gets. That's what LeBron deserves. If that's what LeBron deserves, then why is he doing this? Why is he playing the game he loves and being one of the greatest to ever do it?
Just imagine if MJ and Bron did not win any championships. How would this debate be now if they didn't win any championship?
If they won no championships, they treat them like they were a 3rd-string point guard or something.
And it's like what I hate about this, like, okay, you got Bron fans over here saying, you know, MJ never did this, or MJ didn't play this type of competition, or, you know, all this and that. And then you got the Jordan fans over here. You got the Jordan fans over here. Oh, LeBron, he wouldn't have made it in this era. He would be an average player in this era. I'm like, bro, like you realize like LeBron is like the same size. He's the same size as Karl Malone, and he can do more things. He will make it in any era, okay? And Jordan will make it in this era too.
And here's the thing, what you said about that too. Both of them had tough competition too. Look at what Jordan he had to go through the Pistons. Like I think he had to go through the Pistons like 3 times, like three. Like he got beat badly by the Pistons like twice. Like remember I remember when the Magic knocked out MJ. You know, I mean, like it's just like they played in tough era. You know, the Knicks were good.
Can we just acknowledge LeBron James is 6'9", 250 pounds. The man has 6% body fat. Okay.
If he played in that era, he would
kill.
Exactly.
He would kill.
It'd be like he'd be pretty evenly matched.
Dennis Rodman say that like he'll stop LeBron, but I mean like like Dennis did play great defense though. Like you're not gonna like shut him down, but like you could make him like take tough shots and make him.
Bro.
Yeah, cool.
That's that.
But
I talk about Patrick Beverley's style of defense.
Now
Patrick Beverley.
Now, if Michael played in this era right now, he'll average about like 35 plus. Honestly,
yeah,
how the game is played right now, like you know,
exactly.
like,
he would thrive. But
right.
all this, he'll average 60. I'm like, no, bro, you gotta be realistic, man. These that's why I say these Jordan fans. I'm gonna say these Jordan fans are more toxic than LeBron fans.
And
I'm gonna just go ahead and say it.
People say that Jordan would average 60. It's not 2K. All right. I understand. Mike could do that in 2K if you put him in a simulation.
It's not when them sliders are turned up all the way to 100.
Exactly, like bro. And they're like, okay, just because, and they say, oh, LeBron is playing in a soft era. Yeah, true, but he's playing in the most talented era that he's playing in. He's playing against a lot of talent.
Look at who he's playing up against. He's playing up against Jokic. Jokic, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, like LeBron.
Right, he's playing against more talented players than Jordan did because
Jordan played in an era where there was like tough defenders, though. You know, like when you had Joe Dumars, when you had Peyton, when you had Shaq at some level. You
had those little pain in the asses on the defensive end. John Starks, bro, he'd get at you on the defensive end. He'd absolutely just get at you.
Patrick Ewing, Hakeem, Ralph Sampson, all those guys. So
I would say this.
Mike also has Scotty, and that's what else people say. Oh, yeah, Scotty and Dennis. Bron had D Wade and Bosh.
Right.
Yeah. So like, what's the difference? Like, and then like, yes, I would say Michael Jordan played in a more physical, tougher era. Okay, cool. LeBron playing in a more talented era than Michael Jordan did. Just because something was physical back then doesn't make it better.
Right.
And that's what people need to understand. Like, especially these old heads and these older NBA players. Just because something was physical doesn't make it better.
Like physical doesn't mean anything.
I would rather play in a more softer, talented era than to play in a physical but not much talent.
Because injuries happen more often back then, like than now. Like, look what I remember those bad boy Pistons. Look what they're doing to MJ back in the day. Like, I remember when they literally had to play team defense, not individual defense. Not one person can guard MJ. They had to play team defense. Like when Michael drove into the lane, Rodman, Lambeer, Thomas, Dumars, they were literally crashed the ball.
What did Lambeer say? If Mike goes up, you knock him down. All right. If Jordan goes up with the ball, it's over. So that's why the Pistons had to physically try playing this team defense just to knock him down.
But Mike always gets up.
And one thing or two is like these people need to stop discrediting these old players. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this: if they say the old players, they say, "Oh, MJ's the GOAT," is no doubt. Everybody be cool about it. But as soon as an older player, like who played in Jordan's era, say that LeBron is the GOAT, they'll say, "Oh, it's sour grapes. Oh, he hated on Jordan. Oh, he played against Jordan, so he had to say that." So, because I've seen players like Isaiah Thomas. Hell, Bill Lambeer, I think John Sally and Clyde Drexler and Dr. J said that LeBron was better. And they were saying, oh, it's sour grapes. Like, come on, like that's their opinion. Like everybody don't have to say MJ is the GOAT.
But there's also those people who watched basketball back then and just stopped. And they hear about LeBron James, they see what he does. They'll see LeBron foul call and complain, and they'll be like, "Oh, Mike never complained for a foul call. LeBron's not the GOAT. Jordan is, right?" But look at what LeBron is doing right now. Like, look at what this man is cementing a legacy as. This man he led the 2007 Cavs to the finals.
Right. Right. That's when the East was like, I think the East was like good. Like that's when the East was
The East
good.
was good at the time. Like people like this credit, the East was weak at the time.
Like
But if
literally.
that's the case, LeBron would went to the finals every year he's been in the league.
Mhm.
If the East was weak, he had to play against the '08, like the Big Four Celtics,
He
the
played
freaking
against the
Pistons,
Wizards.
the Wizards,
Yeah.
the
The
Pistons, who
Wizards,
was
the
damn near
Hawks.
going to the finals almost every year, held the conference finals almost every year.
Hey, that
And
Pistons team though. Ooh, damn,
But,
we gotta talk about them in the future, bro.
but that
yeah,
Pistons team though was like they did not have like that superstar player. It's like it was like the Miami Heat last year though. You know what I'm saying? You know, like they just played like they all just played their roles, you know, and
yeah.
you know, and that's why they've been in the conference finals and the finals like multiple times, you know. So.
And then like they'll say what else? Oh, LeBron, he doesn't have that killer instinct. Like, bro, like animals kill in different ways. Different animals kill like in different ways. So what is your definition of killer instinct? Just because he don't take the last shot all the time
Because
because he's not
LeBron can kill
selfish.
you with passes too. Like LeBron can break down the defense and pass. I remember last year in the finals. I remember when he drove the ball, passed the ball to Danny Green. If Danny Green did make that shot, they'll all be saying like, "Well, that was the perfect play and everything." But people still say that, even though that that Danny Green missed the shot though, like they're still gonna say like it was kind of a bad choice, like because they want Bron to take that last shot because like
That was a
it's the
smart
finals.
play, though. Now, listen, I'm not saying LeBron's not a clutch player, all right? LeBron is a clutch player. But is LeBron going to be dribbling the ball out like Dame? Is he going to shoot from deep in Paul George's face? No. LeBron's going to be looking to make the smart play, and that was exactly what he did. But now, if Danny Green made that shot, are people going to say LeBron won this ring from Danny Green's shot like they did when LeBron won in Miami with Ray Allen's shot? Does it change?
They're gonna say he got saved. They're gonna say he got saved.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's a big problem. Because as much basketball as we consume, as this podcast consumes, as much basketball as we watch, right? Now, I don't know how much basketball my co-hosts watch, but shit, I watch a lot of basketball daily, okay? And I watch a lot of LeBron James because he's LeBron James. I've seen the smart plays LeBron's made. I've seen LeBron mess up countless times, but he's going to make up for it. If LeBron has a bad night, he's going to counter that bad night. If he has a bad scoring night, he's going to be passing the ball. He's going to be making the smart plays. He's going to be looking.
I remember
when it happens. So
I remember back in the 2018 playoffs, game one, it was against the Pacers. He had a terrible game. He had like he had like 15 points, he shot like 5 of 15. But game two, he came out, he scored like 20 straight points in the first quarter. I'm like, bro, do not underestimate LeBron. Like, even though like it's one game, wait till game two, he's gonna come out and just burn him, like for real.
What you said, but yeah, back on your statement, Jeremy. But yeah, so it's like they expect him like to take the shot every single time.
Right.
Like he can't pass to nobody. Like I think LeBron is the only superstar I know that can't have teammates. There's not allowed to have teammates.
Wait, how is it okay that LeBron threw that ball into Anthony Davis, say that clutch shot against Denver, right? Because they won the game, right? How come?
No, it was Rondo. It was Rondo that. It was Rondo.
Rondo. Okay, yeah, no. LeBron set a screen, and LeBron came from the other side. I remember, but how come people aren't saying, "Oh, LeBron should have taken that shot"?
They were still mad at him because they said Anthony Davis saved LeBron. So it's like, come on, yo. It's like,
but Anthony Davis is legit. He's a superstar in this league, so he doesn't like LeBron has a. He has a generational teammate right next to him. Like he does not.
It's crazy because like nobody say that like for Michael Jordan. Like when John Paxson hit the shot and when Steve Kerr hit the shot, they didn't say, "Oh, did that save Jordan's legacy?" They was like, "No, because he passed it to him." But when LeBron does it, oh, he not clutch. He don't have no killer instinct. He want people.
Or like that AD shot, simply when LeBron stands there or sets a screen so AD can get there and helps out the team.
But you all know, I thought that play was going to be for AD, not LeBron. I knew from the jump that play was going to AD, not LeBron. And guess what?
I
It went to
definitely thought
AD.
that
AD was going to get the last shot.
because when
And
I
that
saw
was the play.
LeBron stand right there, I saw AD cut around. I was like, it's over. I was like, it's an
it's
And
AD
about
shot.
that play, the whole Danny Green situation is like, okay, yes, I get it, people.
And then-
LeBron was hot. He had 40. He was hot that game. Okay, cool.
Did you know how
But-
badly Danny Green got slandered though in the media though? Like he
Yes,
literally
bro,
got
it's
death
crazy.
threats, bro. Like this dude
It's
got
crazy.
death threats over the
Now, I
last
would
shot.
say that too for Michael Jordan's defense. Like when LeBron's like, LeBron do get all the blame, but most of the time it's his teammates
Right.
get the blame. They say, "Oh, his teammates trash." But on that play, LeBron got doubled. That's what people don't know. LeBron got doubled. He was gonna drive, then they doubled and close in. He passed it, and then that's it. Now, if LeBron would have took that shot with two people on him, he missed it. Oh, LeBron not clutch. That's why MJ's a go.
No, listen, people expect LeBron to break up the defense. People just expect LeBron, oh, Bron's this big. He's going to split the defense. He's going to split through Jimmy Butler and Iggy, right?
No,
Like,
Butler was
that's
right there.
simple.
Butler had both his hands up. Like
Exactly.
I thought it was going to be a turnover though.
Listen, we've seen LeBron split defenses all the time, right? It's a constant basketball. That happens, right? People split the double team all the time. But LeBron passes out the ball. Danny Green misses it. Okay, he missed.
Exactly.
You guys get more basketball to watch. You guys want the series to be over like that? Damn. If people say they want to watch more, but then when LeBron or Danny Green misses a shot like that, that's when people are like, oh no, series should have been over, right? He should have made it this, that.
Right, exactly. Like, LeBron should have took that shot. It doesn't matter. If you're the GOAT, you gotta take that shot. No, that doesn't make no fucking sense, bro.
But Miami already knew that LeBron wasn't get the ball, so they set their defense for LeBron.
He had 40.
And once Braun drove down the middle, Butler was right there. Crowder was in the corner. Bam was right there too. So he had to pass. Like, what do you want him to do? Like, he can't take a shot on him out of bounds like that.
If we put it this way, go ahead, Dree.
I would say he can, but listen, like, okay, let's just say, for instance, he gave it to Danny Green. Danny Green make it, right? And LeBron got saved. Danny Green saved his legacy. There you go. He won LeBron the championship. Right. But LeBron shoots it, he misses, he's not clutch. So, like, at the end, there's nothing that was good enough for LeBron.
Think about this, though. Danny Green makes that shot, gets no death threats. The Lakers give him a fat contract. He doesn't provide this year. Now they're going to say, trade Danny Green, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Danny Green got so slandered. Like, it's probably like the worst slander I ever heard from
over basketball,
over a bad shot. He missed the shot. And you know Danny Green wasn't ready to actually take that shot though. Like Danny Green hesitated. Like he was not ready to take that shot.
It's part of the game. Misses are part of the game.
Everybody has passed the ball for a clutch shot. We saw Mike, like Dree said, Mike did it to Paxson and Kerr, right? And Bron did it. Well, Bosh passed it out to Allen, but still, he saved LeBron, right? So the thing with that is both guys scored high in the playoffs, right? Both guys have done mesmerizing things. The crowd has been, I'm gonna say, baffled, bro. LeBron would take off and dunk, and people would cheer, right? Jordan would take off from the free throw line, slam it, and go crazy. So when you get these two clutch players, these two greats, and you pit them against each other, that's just going to ruin the experience for everybody else. Because with the media now, and I said this earlier, with the media now, people have a big platform to just say stupid shit and expose themselves, right? They, not expose themselves, but expose their statements. And some guy can make a bold-ass claim, and the people will start coming in and comment and do all this. And we get it. You want that, but it's one take, right? That's why some hot takes don't make sense now. Somebody will say something bashing LeBron. Somebody will say something bashing Jordan. Yeah. And boom, you got the whole world talking. All right. And now if it was peaceful, if it was good, and people knew what they were actually talking about, okay, right? Now I'm not saying we know what we're talking about. We're three guys who love basketball, who love talking about this game, right? But it's still it could be some random ass 12-year-old kid saying, oh, LeBron the GOAT. LeBron's doing this. LeBron's doing that, right? And there's gonna be that other old head. Oh, hey, but Mike did this. Mike did that. And that's when the debate stems. That's when more people start commenting, and that's when they point out little things in the game, right? Oh, Mike missed this shot in the playoffs. Oh, LeBron missed this shot in the playoffs. Oh, Bron had this. Jordan had that. Bron had this many points. Jordan had this many points. This many assists. I don't know.
It's like to me. It's like okay, let me ask you guys this. What is you guys' definition of clutch?
My definition of clutch,
Clutch, my definition of clutch is just like it's just like when the game hits on the line, you know, like you need like a go-to player that's gonna close the game up for you, you know, like you need that bucket getter that's gonna like, you know, like that's gonna make those right plays, you know.
That's my definition too. My definition.
Okay.
Technically a closer, a guy who's your star player who you can count on, who you know is gonna get you a bucket. That's why Damian Lillard's one of the most clutch point guards in the league right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give you mine. Okay. My definition of clutch is stepping up when it count most. When your back is against the wall, when everything is on line, clutch. You step up, you clutch. And LeBron, he has so many moments of where his back was against the wall, everybody counted him out. He stepped up, like from 2012 against Game 6 when he dropped 45 on the Celtics when people thought it was over for the Heat.
I thought it was over too.
People were saying if the Heat lose, this whole Big Three was a failure, right?
Yeah, Pat Riley was actually thinking about breaking that whole team up too. Like if they lost that series, that would have been over.
But think about it. LeBron did that, right? Where in the finals, right? Or conference finals, whatever, right? He did that. You could say the same thing for Mike, right? That last shot that Jordan had, they said 17 seconds from Game 7 or championship number 6. All it took was for Utah to the ball one more time, and they would have won another game. And then the Bulls would have lost, then Mike would have had 5 if that would have happened.
Right.
But
exactly. And
I think Jordan faced the most pressure in his last year though, because like it was the last dance. Because you know that Phil Jackson was going to be back the next year, like Dennis Rodman was going to head out, Scottie Pippen was aging. So like I think I think Jordan had the most pressure in his last year.
Shout out to the announcer for making that call. Man says 17 seconds from Game 7 or championship number 6. Jordan open.
Yeah, Jordan wanted
that, bro.
Jordan wanted that. And then like 2013 when they said the game that Ray Allen saved LeBron, but LeBron scored half of the points in the fourth quarter for them to be up because I think the score was like 88 to 95.
It wasn't that big of a scoring game though, but
LeBron and the game missed was 1-3, bro. LeBron missed 1-3 and everybody Ray Allen saved them.
Like the game was about to be over. They was bringing the champagne bottles out to the Spurs.
They actually had like the tape ready and everything. I'm like, dude, it's over.
And LeBron scored. I forgot how many points he scored, but for the game to be close, he missed the shot. It clanked off the backboard. Chris Bosh got the rebound, passed to Ray Allen. You know the rest is history. But you gotta blame the Spurs for taking Tim Duncan out anyway. You gotta blame them.
Right. Yeah.
But taking Tim Duncan out, I don't know what the hell Coach Popovich was thinking.
Tim Duncan should have been out the game anyways. Tim Duncan was like best defender.
And then you guys know 2016, they came back from 3-1. He dropped back-to-back 41 points because
those were incredible games.
Him and Kyrie.
And that's what people talk about that series the most in this debate. Oh, Jordan never came back from a 3-1. Okay.
Because Jordan never had to.
Exactly.
Jordan never had to.
He never had
to. Mike never was that challenged to a point. Well, he was challenged, but
he wasn't challenged to the point when he had when he was down like 3 games.
Nobody that was going to step up.
The underdog. Nobody. Ever. And then of course, 2018, bro. Let me tell you this: LeBron wasn't even expected to go to the finals in 2018.
Yeah. Because
once D Rose and Kyrie left, he wasn't even expected to go to the final. Like they probably thought he was gonna lose in the first round. That was the whole headline for 2010. Is LeBron gonna go to the finals? He might not even make the finals. So
I actually had Toronto making the finals that year.
I had Boston. I had Boston going.
I had the Raptors, bro.
I was like LeBron. I was like, because I even said it to me. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, man, LeBron might not even go because it's gonna be tough. But then he, against all odds, he did the unexpected. He beat the Pacers.
But that Pacers team probably gave him like the most challenges though. Like I thought the Pacers were Celtics or it's neck and neck though.
And
but
then
like
he swept the first seed Raptors.
Those baby dinosaurs, man.
And people thought, oh, this might be the end of LeBron toe. That's what LeBron toe started, right? So
that's when I think people started saying LeBron is the new president, prime minister, whatever y'all have up there in Canada. I'm sorry, but
bro, let me tell you
that's when LeBron took the whole country over.
He torched Toronto so bad, like bro. They had plus Dwayne Casey was the coach of the year. That got fired. He got fired the next year.
And then he went and then he beat the Celtics. Now I understand Kyrie and Gordon Hayward wasn't out, but still, don't discredit LeBron for what he did, because that young Celtics team took him to 7 games.
That young Celtics team was given it to the Cavs. Like Jason Tatum, I remember that dunking. Like we all know the dunk.
He bodied up against them, bro.
And that's the series. And that's the series I became a fan of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I was like, bro, they going at LeBron. They don't care. Yeah, you might be the best player in the NBA, but we coming, like, bro.
Plus Tatum was a rookie too. Plus Tatum was nobody expected Tatum to.
Tatum was the best player on that Celtics team.
And Rozier too. Terry Rozier was cutting up too, and all of that. Then LeBron, he dropped it. And then he went to the finals, and then he dropped 51 points on the Warriors. And then you know what's crazy what they said? Oh, Jordan would have got 70.
Hey,
I'm like, what the heck? Like, bro.
That's the problem. LeBron's gonna do one great thing, and they're just gonna throw Mike into it, right? LeBron James could have 60-point triple-double. Mike would have had a 70-point triple-double. Or, matter of fact, it pissed me off when they said they'd have one more point. Braun had a 60-point triple-double. Jordan would have had a 61-point triple-double.
Hey.
Bro, come on. Come on.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Michael Jordan, if he was on that team, I don't think they would have got to the finals that year. If you want to be honest.
Which team? The Cavs team, 2018.
On that 2018.
Of course not.
I don't think they went to the finals.
No. Not saying that he couldn't do it, but like it's just
no.
I'm
sorry.
Now we're gonna have those Jordan fans get on us because we're talking about the bigger LeBron achievements, right? Because we were alive to see what Bron did, right? I've seen LeBron James play his whole career, right? I've seen LeBron James come into the league. I saw him destroy my Chicago Bulls in Miami. I saw
him talk about it.
Run point guard against
Next. Talk about it.
Hey,
talk about it, Alex.
That's sad. That touches
punch this laptop.
But we can come to the Jordan defense too about how, man, 6-0 in the finals. People gonna talk about that. 6-0
twice.
Dude,
But then you got those fans who are gonna say if Jordan never retired, he wouldn't have won one because Elijah won in the Rockets.
I mean,
and that's the thing too. Do you know the crazy thing about it is I think Vernon Maxwell, he said he brung up on The Last Dance. He said, "Oh, so we just gonna forget that the Rockets didn't exist in 1994, 1995."
No, we didn't. We're not trying to discredit Houston. Like we're just saying,
they are discrediting like the whole like they discredited like
team, right? You brought up this team. Obviously, they won 2 championships. Okay, but it happened. That's it. Now, would Jordan have to battle hard? Yes. All right. Mike would have had to battle hard. Phil would have put Dennis on Hakeem to try and hurt him or some shit like that. Just try and beat him up.
Dennis Rodman wasn't on that team at the time.
No, he wasn't. Rodman was on 95, 96.
So that's why I think when they say, oh, the Bulls would have gotten 8 straight, I don't think they would have beaten that Rockets team. Bro.
No, that Rockets team was just on a different level, man. Vernon Maxwell, I think it was Kenny Smith. Okay, Kenny Smith was their shooter. Like Hakeem, like that team was hungry.
Wasn't Drexler on one of those teams?
I
90, he was on 95 team.
On
Not the he was on the
95.
95 team, not the 94.
Then they won back to back also too, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And the era Jordan was playing it, but Jordan wasn't playing, so we gonna
We're gonna
cool.
eliminate that.
But
He
that's
was
not
playing
his
baseball. He was too busy hitting that shit.
That's his fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jordan man is unbelievable, man. He was ahead of his time. He was doing stuff that
And now
he was doing.
Listen, I've heard people say about Michael Jordan, "Oh, this man could fly." I've never heard anybody say LeBron can fly. Never.
Exactly.
Have y'all heard anybody say LeBron can fly?
No.
I just hear Jordan fly.
They said LeBron could jump out the gym, but they said he couldn't fly. But
Jordan did jump out. Like I remember in college, like he literally hit his head on the backboard. Like I'm like, hey.
Now you trash talk Mike. Mike's gonna take it personally. Come out there, probably drop 50 or 60 on you. Just
Mike takes everything personally. If you talk about him can't shoot the mid range, he'll come out and shoot 10 straight on you.
Now you talk shit about LeBron. LeBron's gonna come out there and be dominant, right? He's gonna dunk on you, trash talk you a little bit. He might hit a few threes in your face, maybe even pull up from the logo.
But
and the crazy thing is, LeBron barely trash talks. But he let most of his game do the talking.
I don't think Bron takes things personally though. Like I think Bron plays the game the right way, not the way that not the way that fans want him to play the game. Like come out with revenge and score 50 and like just go all nuts, talking trash and everything. Bron plays the game the right way,
Exactly. But yeah, Jordan, he gonna try to take your head off.
Those 10 straight. I think he had 10 scoring titles too. Jordan 10, and then he also had 7 straight scoring titles too.
How many? 5 MVPs.
Defensive Player of the Year, and people also forget about that too. Jordan did win Defensive Player of the Year. I think it was his second or third year.
Think about it. You're gonna have those LeBron fans. Oh, he lost it to Marc Gasol because Marc Gasol had a better plus minus or whatever the hell it was.
Hey, but Marc Gasol anchored that
efficiency rating, some shit like that, bro.
But look at the eye test, Marc Gasol.
But he could have got Defensive Player of the Year, but it is what it is. But
Grizzlies.
But let's talk about the excuses for both players.
Excuses. Man, the excuses. How about you start out, Dree?
Okay, for LeBron, if he loses, he didn't have no help. That's the main excuse. He don't have no help. He had bums on his team and all this stuff. Yeah, they might not be as great as he is, but they're not bums. They're in the NBA for a reason.
Now, if you think about it, if LeBron was to go to the finals this year and he's losing, he didn't have a strong team this year. You're gonna make that excuse, bro. You traded Dwight Howard and Danny Green. I don't think that was a lot of power you gave up because you got Andre Drummond in return in free agency. So I don't really think you lost a lot. I think you gained because you had Dennis Schroeder, you got Montrezl Harrell. So what you lost, accept it, all right? Because
the only excuse that I would accept is the 2019 Lakers when basically half of the team was hurt. Mm-hmm. But because that's the only one. But if him losing in the finals, he didn't have any help. Like he had help, okay?
He had help. He got that for a reason.
LeBron played a lot of talent his whole career. So don't say he didn't have no help his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
But now for Jordan
would have been Jordan. I don't know though about Jordan.
Jordan, man, he lost.
The only bad final series he had was against the Sonics back in '96 when he averaged 27 points, but he shot 41% from the field. So
if you think about it, you had the glove on you, all right. You had that man Gary Payton getting into Mike's head, pissing him off every single possession.
They would have said that the Sonics team got inside Jordan's head and it's locked him down. I think that would have been
beginning of Jordan's career, we already know he didn't make it out of the first round for a couple years, right?
Right.
Oh, but he was young. He played against a Celtics team. So it happened
against Magic. Get the hell.
Get the hell out of here with that, man. I want to hear about that age stuff, man.
Let me tell you something, man. Jordan's Bulls, when he was young, had no chance against the Celtics. They had Parrish, they had Bird,
Mikhail,
they had Kevin McHale off the bench. Man, they got Dennis Johnson. I'm like honestly, Jordan's Bulls had no chance.
Yeah.
No chance.
Remember when in '95 when they played against the Magic, right? They
Yeah,
lost.
right.
You know how
and here's
Jordan
their
was
too.
Jordan
Jordan
was
just came
rusty.
out of retirement
He
too. He
was
came out of
rusty.
retirement, yeah.
He
But
was
chose to
rusty.
come
He
back.
was rusty. He was in baseball shape. He was out of shape, bro. How you rusty and you average 30 in the playoffs? How that's rusty? Explain that to me. How that's rusty and you averaging 30? Now I understand if he averaged maybe 20, 19. Okay, cool. I'll give you that. But man averaged 30 in the playoffs.
Right.
How's that rusty?
You averaged 30 in the playoffs after taking a year or two off? Come on, bro.
He only played 15 games in the regular season. Dude was killing. Did he drop 55 when he came
Against
two games in?
Like
Come
on,
on, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How's that rust? And then the Wizard years, they don't count that. Oh, he was 40 years old, but he was still putting up. He was still putting up 50-point games and stuff. Like he was still good. Like he wasn't no bum. So
listen to all the viewers out there. I'm just fucking with y'all. I know it existed. I just want to be a Bulls fan and have those '90s days in the championships because I've been a sad Bulls fan these few years. Okay, just let me enjoy. When people say that he wasn't in shape, all right. Well, LeBron spent $1 million a year on his body. Okay. Mike didn't do that. Mike just got in the gym, worked his ass off, and did what he had to do.
Mike didn't have that kind of technology back then when they didn't have that. Like they didn't have that hydro pool. Like they didn't have that. They didn't have that steam.
I want to ask you guys something though. When people say Jordan was, and I'm gonna use this word, an asshole to his teammates. Is LeBron not an ass to his teammates? If somebody fucks up on an offense, J.R. Smith made that play. Bron yelled at him. Why isn't Bron being called an ass?
Exactly.
That's what I want to know. Why?
I guess because he's not cussing out, because LeBron ain't cussing out his teammates like MJ was. Because, MJ, they say MJ was calling them all types of stuff.
And, he was calling I remember in The Last Dance, Michael Jordan literally took Horace Grant's meal and Horace Grant never ate. Jordan literally snatched Horace Grant's food away from him and say,
"That's that Wayne mentality." You don't see LeBron doing that, right? But if LeBron James were to do that, if LeBron
did that, he would have been slandered all over the
media. He's slandered, man. That's why he said. That's why I don't think MJ would have made it in his era, especially because social media is. He wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have.
Does Mike have the? Yeah, if social media was there back then, if they had the Twitter, people would be like, "Oh, nah, Jordan's an ass. Jordan can't treat people with respect. Jordan can't do this. Jordan can't do that." It's that mentality to win. You have this win or lose mentality. That's it. If the championship is on the line, you're going to do whatever you can to win. All right?
And then, I want to add this too, about to go debate. The disrespect that my favorite player I grew up watching, besides LeBron, was Kobe. The disrespect that Kobe gets in this go debate, I'm like, why Kobe is not in the go? Oh, he's a clone of MJ. He tried to be like MJ, but he took what MJ did and took it to a whole nother level.
Hold on. Didn't Kobe say in The Last Dance, what you got from Mike, you got from me? So if it's the same player, the greatness is right there. The greatness is right there.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So the disrespect that Kobe gets, man.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. That man is arguably the most skilled basketball player to ever play the game.
But then when you talk about that, when we add Kobe into this, then there's gonna be those other people. Why don't you add in Magic? Why don't you add in Bill Russell? Like I said, add it to the bowl. Just pour it in. Fucking take it and pour it. What? Come on.
Right.
All right. Now we get it, right?
They're all great.
People have all-time lists, right? We get that. I have an all-time list, but I don't go by.
Mine's different. Mine's different because it's not the same old repetitive list that everybody has. Mine is way different.
Now, if you think about it, Kobe did the same thing to his teammates too. There's those stories that Nick Young was saying where Kobe threw all those Kobe's in the trash, right? All those shoes in the garbage because they weren't winning games. So you want to call Mike in that? Let's go say some shit about Kobe too, because Kobe wanted to win too. Kobe had that mind to win.
Wanted to win.
Yeah, Mike wanted to win as badly as Kobe wanted to win.
Wanted to get the best out of their teammates.
Exactly. And people, they don't say that about LeBron. We don't hear, oh, LeBron did this to motivate Dwight Howard to play good basketball last season. LeBron did this to help JaVale McGee play good basketball last season. No, we didn't hear that. We just heard, oh, yeah, LeBron's averaging this much. He's doing this, and that.
My top 5 is different too.
Yeah, mine is way different.
But when you have a guy who does that, right? When you have a guy who wants to win, it just proves your team is good, right? You're gonna have a specific impact. And
who's your top 5 players of all time, Dree? Just to say.
Man.
Hey, no, we can't, bro, because we already said enough shit on this episode. All right, we can save that for a different episode.
We'll do that for the episode.
We'll do that for a different episode. All right, we don't want to get some more heat, all right, but we should clickbait the title, but I don't know. But I want to add one more thing about Mike. With Michael Jordan doing everything he did, with LeBron doing everything he did, people are still debating, right? We obviously, all right, debate is good, right? We want people to talk. We want people to peacefully talk and just respect each other's opinions. But when it gets this carried away, when it's on TV, when you have Stephen A. Smith and Max going back and forth, when you have Skip and
constant back and forth.
Yeah, when you have,
and most of their opinions.
Yeah.
And most of their opinions are biased.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Most of their opinions are biased.
Biased opinions towards one player, that just ruins the player, all right? Because now Derrick Rose is my favorite player, right? He's my favorite player, right? I grew up watching him. He got me into this game. I could say so many great things about Derrick Rose, but you have those other people who just see him as an injury-prone player, right? Who don't watch.
They see him different. See him different for what we see because like they don't actually sit down and actually watch this man play. Like they just go onto like social media and type in Derrick Rose and it's just straight injuries. Like
I talk to people who say, "Oh, he's too injury-prone. He doesn't do this. Oh, yeah, the Bulls were good, but D Rose was injury-prone. Okay, but he wasn't injury-prone. Derrick Rose was Chicago basketball at the time." And so now I'm not throwing him in the GOAT debate. I'm just saying some people gotta figure out how to talk, right? Because when you have a guy who's Michael Jordan, right, doing these amazing things, okay, fine. You have a guy like LeBron doing these amazing things, okay, fine. Just watch it, admire it. Take watching LeBron James. Now I'm talking to a casual NBA fan. If you want to sit down and watch basketball, sit down, watch the game, but put on LeBron James. And you won't regret because LeBron is good. And if you're a Jordan fan and you're saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna sit down and watch LeBron James," now I don't think I can talk to you like that because LeBron James, he's doing what he's doing right now. There's a reason why he's one of the best players in the league. There's a reason why he's considered an MVP candidate.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
just put it in like MJ, he had his era. He was the GOAT of his era.
LeBron had his era.
Kobe is the GOAT of his era, and LeBron is the GOAT of this era. Okay, just appreciate the greatness. Okay, you think MJ's the GOAT? Okay, cool. I have no problem with that, but just appreciate other greatness. Same thing with the LeBron fans. If you think LeBron's the GOAT, fine, but at least appreciate the other greatnesses as well.
Take the chance to watch him. Now, I know we said this a few episodes ago, but Bron, Steph, Dame, take the time and watch those guys because what
we may not ever see another Steph Curry, Giannis.
We're not going to get another Mike.
KD, none like that.
Exactly. So take time and watch these guys, learn from them, right? Like J. Cole said, what did he say? How he watched the greats, how they paved the ground, right? All right, like come on, they're the greats. So
Jordan paved the way
mhm.
for Kobe. Kobe paved the way for LeBron, and LeBron's paving the way for whoever wants it.
Most of these
Steph.
NBA players
Hey,
Hey, great man. Great.
it
Yeah.
just
happens.
got to.
It's the GOAT debate. The debate is very toxic. All
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
It's never going to end.
And
It,
watch when this Space Jam movie come out. Watch they gonna compare that Space Jam movie to
To the first one.
the first one to this one, and be like, oh, the ratings and the sales and the all this stuff. They're gonna compare that to the GOAT debate. And
Yep.
they
Yep.
really are, and that they're gonna be like, oh, Jordan's Space Jam was better than LeBron's. Or LeBron's Space Jam was
Well,
better.
just
Dude, it's a
like
movie.
it's a movie.
It's
And
a
LeBron said it too. LeBron, he hit the nail on the head when somebody asked him, you know, asked about the Space Jam. Is it Space Jam 2? He said no. It's called Space Jam: A New Legacy, not Space Jam 2. It's not like after the first Space Jam. And I was like, okay, I respect that. He doing his own thing.
Welcome to the Space
hey,
Jam. Well,
it happens, right? And back to that J. Cole line, he really said, this man really said, the OGs, I'm thinking you now. I was watching when you were paving the ground. We're watching these guys do what they're doing right now. We gotta appreciate it. All right. We
should.
just watch it. Take the time out of your day. Watch LeBron James. Watch what LeBron did. Watch what Mike did. And
Exactly.
hey,
Right.
that's it, I guess. But
That's it.
hey,
That's
y'all,
it.
y'all want to end it here?
Yeah, let's end it.
Hey, we might clickbait the hell out of this episode, y'all. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Go check out our last video, right? Because our last video, you guys hesitated to watch that one. So go back and watch that one. And yeah, thank you guys so much. This was a pretty touchy subject. We just gave our opinions, our spots, how we feel about this debate. However you feel, you can feel any way you want. You can DM us, right? DM us personally. You can DM us on our Instagram. It'll always be in the description. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video.
Thank you guys.
I'm Alex, aka Criminal Hoops. My boys can say who they are.
Name Jeremy.
It's Dree.
and hey, we're out.
We're out.
Peace.